What is happening, all YouTube warriors out there? Range Day Bro back at it again, and today I have a great video for you guys going over the SAM7SF by Arsenal, milled receiver to AK. Let's get into it. If you've ever found yourself in the market for an AK but couldn't decide between milled receiver or stamped receiver, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, guys. We've all been there before. I opted for the milled receiver because I like things that are bougie as fuck, and I admit it, and I don't give a shit. I sold my soul to Arsenal and KVAR for this guy. I bought it at peak prices because I'm a sucker for a milled receiver. Let's get into this guy just from the front to back. This guy is completely bone stock. I have no upgrades to it that have actually been permanent modifications to the gun. All I've really done is wrapped it with some paracord here in the back on the stock, and I've added a Midwest Industries rail optic mount to it, which is a full-size rail. Let me just start by saying, complete disclaimer, I don't know too much about AKs. I'm not as much of a fanboy of the AK as I am of the AR. I've built ARs. I know a lot more about the aftermarket parts and things like that. There's not as much aftermarket support for the AKs in general. So when I'm talking about this muzzle device, I have no idea what this is called. Maybe one of you guys who is an AK connoisseur, Michiko, one of you guys can leave me a comment down in the comment section schooling me on what this is actually called. I have no idea. I just call it the brake / flash hider, and it does the job well. So as you can tell, it has two ports, two large ports here at the front, and then two holes right here in the top for recoil mitigation. It does a pretty good job of that. This is chambered in 7.62 by 39, the classic AK round. So it does a very good job of recoil and flash mitigation. Not so much on the flash, but the recoil is pretty reasonable. It says a 16-inch barrel. It's got the front sight post up here and the gas block back here. Again, not sure what style that is. I do believe that these are for cleaning rods, maybe for a bayonet. You guys, again, let me know down in the comments. I'm a dummy when it comes to AK, so I'm not sure. I think this is for a cleaning rod, maybe able to be used for a bayonet lug as well. Not too sure about that. Up here, you have the gas block and your gas tube. Just standard Bulgarian AK furniture. This is, again, Bulgarian, made by Arsenal in Bulgaria. Moving back from there, you have a typical AK rear sight. Nothing special, just has your elevation adjustments there. Very solid. Everything about this feels like it's high quality. Of course, the price tag was as well. But then you have the most expensive thing, which you're really paying for, is the milled receiver. And as I'm told, there's a hammer forging process where you get this piece of metal and they just beat it with hammers for like 5 hours straight or something like that. And then afterwards they mill it out and actually take away metal to form it into the beautiful receiver that it becomes. One of my favorite features about the Arsenal is the fact that it is ambidextrous. Safety selector is ambidextrous as well. Obviously all AKs have ambidextrous magazine releases because they sit down here, whether you're right-handed or whether you're left-handed, you can access that. But one of my favorite features about the side folding stock specifically is that it actually has a hook here and on the receiver so that it clicks into place, it locks into place, it's not going anywhere. You have to depress this button in order to get it out. So really love that. So when it's in the folded position, you could rest assured if you're jumping out of planes or whatever you're doing out there, just LARPing around your house, this stock's not going to come out on you without you pressing that button first, which is just a nice feature they build right in, as well as the ambidextrous selector switch, because again, when you're using the gun, if you're going to be firing it folded, then you're able to still access your selector over here. And that's a big reason why I really enjoy it, as well as it folds to the right-hand side, so you don't have to remove your optics mount in order to fold your stock and leave it folded. So again, it comes with an optics rail mount. This is the Midwest Industries on here. Great little rail. Recommend it highly for the AK. About $100, $110 when I looked last. But really great mount. Simply locks up to the rail over here. What else could you ask for in an AK? What's it like to shoot? This thing is a beast to shoot. Definitely more buck than an AR-15. Definitely a little bit harder to get follow-up shots. However, with this very nice trigger it comes with, it's not the ALG. I've never shot the ALG, but I've heard great things about it, obviously. But this stock trigger is pretty damn good. As far as I'm concerned, I've shot a couple other AKs, and this Arsenal trigger is phenomenal. I am thinking about upgrading it to the Tango Down grip and maybe the ALG trigger eventually, but for now, this gets the job done all day. And you get a silky smooth action. That is the #1 benefit of the milled receiver. Besides it being extremely durable and robust, it's a little heavier, which is going to help with recoil, but this thing is just smooth smooth as ice. It just feels like it's gliding on freaking ball bearings in there. Phenomenally smooth. Everyone that's ever shot this has complimented it. You're gonna pay for it. I believe I paid about $2,200 at the time for this. I bought it directly from K-Var, who's the importer out of Las Vegas for Arsenal rifles. Like I said, you buy once, cry once, you get something quality. This will outlive me and outlive my children if they take care of it. Real quickly, I'll break this thing down for you guys. Take off your top cover, and then you can pull out your recoil spring and guide rod. And then here's your entire long stroke piston system and bolt head and all that good stuff. So very standard AK stuff here, guys. All the serial numbers match up, which is nice. Everything about this thing is really high quality. And I've messed around with a few other AKs. Nothing really gives you the confidence and fits together with the tolerances that this guy does have. I'll show you guys what this looks like with the rail cover off. I mean, phenomenal action here, guys. If you want one AK to rule them all, this is the one I'd recommend. Get you an optics rail. You know, if you want to upgrade this, the SLR Rifle Works makes a great rail. Like I have on my SAM7K 44 Genesis. This guy is their pistol version of the SAM7SF. It's got a pick rail in the back, which I've mounted up this beautiful JMac and gear heads and SIG culmination brace that I have here, which folds as well. I have it set up to fold to the left. You can change it either way. I just wanted it to fold to the left-hand side personally. This SLR Rifle Works rail and gas tube is phenomenal, which they also make one for the full-size SF, which I am looking to upgrade eventually. If you do upgrade that, you can do an Ultimac, just the gas tube in order to mount a flashlight. I'm sure there's plenty of aftermarket companies that make flashlight mounts that'll go right on an AK barrel, for instance. However, you can't go wrong with SLR because it is free-floated. It looks phenomenal. They're bomb-proof. It is going to add a bit of weight compared to this plastic handguard we have here, but then you'll be able to mount your lights and all your cool IR lasers so you can LARP around the house with your AK as well as you do with your ARs. With that being said, that's going to cover everything on the SAM7SF as far as I know. If you have any specific questions that I can answer, please let me know down in the comments below. All right, guys, so let's wrap this video up. If it's your first time viewing the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're a return viewer, thank you for your loyalty, you sexy YouTube warriors. And until next time, stay safe, stay dangerous. Range Dave Bro, out.